guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. It is windy out here, so you're probably gonna hear some wind. My back is to the wind, so I'm hoping the wind's not hitting my microphone, but windy and cold. I don't necessarily want to be doing this right now, but here we are. I have all my fall bulbs planted. I have almost all my Christmas lights done. You can probably see I have some blue ones on this red splendor flowering crab right behind me. The last thing I need to do is winterizing my roses. Today is the last day above freezing, then it's supposed to drop below the 32 Fahrenheit mark for the foreseeable future. Welcome to winter. I actually kind of hope we get a cold winter this year because we have a lot of pests and diseases that we never used to deal with because our winters have been so mild. So we have Japanese beetles about 2 to 3 hours south of me, and our winters have been so warm I'm worried they're going to come up this way. So I'm hoping we have a traditional Minnesota winter from like 20 years ago to just knock everything out. But I do want to winterize some roses. I'm not worried about my zone 3 roses, but I have a lot of David Austin roses that I want to winterize. Now I know there's a lot of different methods to doing this. I am personally going to be using, we have some feed bags that our chicken feed comes in. They're kind of like a woven, I don't know if you can see. I don't actually know what the material is. It's kind of woven. I was looking for burlap because I feel like that's a little bit heavier protection, but this is what I have. This is what I'm gonna use. Now I'm also going to be taking mulch and burying the crown of the rose, or where like that graft union is, making sure that's covered. I was gonna use some sheep compost, but I can't. My wheelbarrow is already like hanging up in our garage. I don't want to take it back down, so I'm just going to be taking some bags of mulch, throwing some mulch to cover that graft union of the plant, and then I'm going to be putting these bags over top of the roses. I'm not cutting them back. I'm not defoliating them now. I'll be doing that in the spring, but that's what I'm going to do. So it's cold, enough talk, let's get started. Okay, you guys, I am done. Covered there's 5 roses. One of them that I covered, I forgot to push record, so you didn't see that one. But there's not a whole lot to see, but let me kind of show you what it currently looks like now. Now, there's a lot of different methods. I know some people, they will use chicken wire and make a cage around them and shove it with leaves and straw and just different stuff like this. But last year I only used straw, and what I found, I didn't use a cage or anything, I just put straw around the base. What I found was, one, the straw settled a lot. So even though I started with like 6 inches of straw, it settled down to a couple, maybe 2 inches. So not much of the cane was protected. And my chickens, they were free range at the time. They're in a run. We have a big chicken run that they can go in and eat and stuff like that. So they're just not out in the garden. They went and scratched all the straw away from my roses. So they were pretty much very unprotected last winter, except for just like a couple inches, and the canes died all the way back to the ground pretty much. So I'm hoping by adding all that extra mulch and this covering over top, I'm hoping that it will be more protected and the canes won't die all the way back to the ground, because it was like starting pretty much at ground zero this year. So hopefully this will help protect them better. So let me show you and go through the varieties of what I did. So starting here, this is my Queen of Sweden, and now I just went through and did this with my zone 4. I'm in northern Minnesota, zone 3. I did this with all of my David Austin zone 4 roses. I have several zone 3 roses I didn't even touch. But this is my Queen of Sweden. Well, you saw how tall it was. It died completely back to the ground, and it grew maybe 18 inches this year. This is outside my bedroom window. I'm hoping it will fill up. It's supposed to get 5 feet tall, so I'm hoping it will get to that point where I open my window in the summer and I can smell the fragrance, because Queen of Sweden is my all-time favorite scented rose that I have. Plus, I want it to hide all that junk back there. I don't like that black plastic, and just like the foundation of the house is not pretty. And then here is a Miracle on the Hudson rose that is it's just a beast. So I'm not worried about that one. I'm not going to cover it. I'm not going to do anything with. This one here is the one that I didn't record. This is the Lady of Shalott rose. You can see work in progress, this bed. There's lots of weeds I need to go through and fix, but this is my most struggling David Austin rose I have. So I'm hoping this really helps it. But look at this. This is a Jacob's Ladder. Look, it's still blooming. Everything else looks horrible, but this is still alive and well. And then here's where I started. I have the Gertrude Jekyll rose here. Thorniest rose, one of the thorniest roses I have. It was very difficult to get the bags up over the roses because of the thorns, but in a sense that's good, because I think that will help the bags stay on. And then also I added mulch around the outside of the bags to kind of anchor it down. It's very windy today, so if it can survive today's wind, then I have hope it will survive winter. Here's Eustacia Vi rose here. I couldn't quite, for some reason I struggled. It's more of a tent, so there are open sides to it, but I think it's fine. I do have more bags, so I could do another tent that way, covering up the edges. I think it'll be okay. And then Princess Alexandra of Kent, which is my all-time favorite David Austin rose that I have. My camera is wiggling from the wind. Okay, that is, oh, it's still, hold on. Okay, I think it's crooked now, but at least it's not wiggling. That is it for this video. The wind is piercing right through me. The overall temperature I feel like isn't bad, but with that wind, it's almost hard to breathe. That is it. I'm gonna go in, get out of this wind. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Ooh! Bye.